Hey everybody, I got a box today from across the ocean from PS Publishing in the UK. Um, this is something that I've been waiting for quite a while. I didn't know nothing about nothing a few years ago. I didn't know about groups like this Facebook group. I didn't know that if you miss out the first time, there's always an option and chances to get a book later on, usually at a really good price. All I knew in 2018 was that I had missed ordering Night Shift from Cemetery Dance. And so when I found out, I did some looking and PS Publishing had it for sale. I jumped on it, gladly placed an order November of 2018, and I've been waiting on it ever since. This book is kind of old news now because people in the United States started getting them a few months back, and I feel really silly because obviously I didn't know nothing about nothing, so I ordered mine from the UK, and it took Cemetery Dance shipping the books to the UK, PS receiving them in the UK, repackaging them, and sending them out back to me, this one back to me in the United States. So that was a whole lot of unnecessary extra steps that could have been avoided had I just known that I could wait. But whew, I never ever mind supporting a small publisher, a small printing house. So I don't mind at all that because as we all know, good things come to those who wait, and here it is. And now that I have it, I will always have it, and it hardly matters that it took 2.5 years for it to get here. So, securely wrapped in sturdy bubble with these sort of Halloween colored spooky green packing peanuts. Very robust packaging, I would say. Not the most robust I've ever seen, but I know this stuff adds up, and the results speak for themselves. It got here in one piece, and it's fairly straightforward to open up. I have noticed, as I went back and looked at my original order, the shipping for this that I paid in 2018 was £10. And I ordered a copy of Dead Zone from PS just this morning, and the shipping is £25. So things have really changed over the last 2.5 years. Thank you very much to COVID. So there's the book. It's very large, luxurious, it's glorious. I really like it. First glimpse, that is handsome, well put together. Dust jacket is very cool. I can tell that the paper is thinner in this than it was in previous volumes, but that is okay because it cuts back on the heaviness and the massiveness of the thing. And I just need a book to be well put together. I don't need it to be the biggest thing on my shelf. And I would imagine, because I was wondering, based on the size of like Salem's Lot, how they were going to do the stand with that same size of paper in a single volume. The thing would weigh like 20 pounds. But this sort of sets the stage a little bit for that. Very nice. That is a lovely thing, and I am very, very excited to read for the first time ever the bonus stories, The Glass Floor and Weeds. The Glass Floor, I think, was the first story that Stephen King ever sold, and I've only heard about it and I've never read it. I think that is a really nice bonus thing to add to this volume because it's from around the same the same era. Ah, it even has an illustration. They are all illustrated. That is a nice looking thing, and it's going to look really good on my shelf. Whoops, forgot to put the dust jacket back on. I have had a stash of 12-inch Brodart covers set aside for ages, and I haven't had any 10-inch books to cover in a while, but now I do. So let's see. I didn't really have any space set aside on the shelf for this ahead of time. The top shelf so far is my 70s shelf, but it looks like I'm going to have to do a little adjusting. So just a sec. All right. So if you're like me, you're a 6 foot tall librarian. No, seriously, if you're like me, figuring out how things will be ordered on your shelf is one of the most fascinating and enjoyable parts of this whole process. So, there it is, at home with everything else. It looks like I didn't notice, but it looks like the lettering on the spine of the case is a little bit off center, but that's okay. It's the type of thing that I will choose not to think too much about, lest it should drive me insane. I'm just so glad to have the book, and it's for my core collection, and I really will never be interested in selling it, so it has a little personality, and I don't mind that in the least. Okay, well, thank you for bearing with me. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time, so while I've never done this before, I wanted to take the opportunity and do it for this book. All right, thanks everyone.